ain't want no. Oh, no. Oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champion's corner time. WWE, and they only break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat. All the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the Champions Corner. Get all your snacks, get your drink, everything. I got mine right here. I got it. I'm ready to talk about some SmackDown right now. It's a lot going on the road to WrestleMania. My favorite time of year. You know, I know it's yours too. If you're a real wrestling fan, because this is where the real fans meet right here in the Champions Corner. It's Ron G and the Professor, Mr. BJ, and here to talk about everything that went on SmackDown. From Jade speaking on the subject, finally, of between her and Naomi and Bianca, and Liv interrupting that. And we got a build up to see who's going to be LA Knight's contender come WrestleMania for the U.S. Championship. Got that going on. Damian Priest and McIntyre got back and forth shots. And Gunther was on this episode of SmackDown, even though he's the world champion of Raw. So he was on this episode having a little tune-up match again. You know what I'm saying? Then we had the tag team titles on the line with DIY and the Street Profits. And the Street Profits finally got their championship. I got a little bit of thoughts on that. So it's going to be a little interesting with that. And Cody, he done talking. He ready to see Cena face to face, be in the same building. It's going down. Quarterback, ready to see you, Cena. Where you at? Where you at? I guess he's going to be in Belgium on Raw. We're going to see you 3 o'clock p.m. on Monday. But let's get into it, man. What should we get? I'm going to get the tag team title because I got tag team title win from the Street Profits first. They finally won the titles again after 2, maybe 3 years. Yeah. And so had a big celebration. Finally got it. Hey, it says championship bust. I guess they went for championship. And so I'm happy they won, but at the same time, I'm not.
Really?
Because the reason I say that is because, like I said, I'm just happy they finally did something. Like I said, they said, you want the smoke, and then they didn't want to be getting put out and whatnot. So I finally got to see them being successful and getting a championship. Now, the reason I don't like it is because it's keeping them a team. I want to see something new. I've seen this. I like their new little more aggressive attitude. That's cool, but we've seen them be champions. I want to see Montez and Angelo Dawkins in singles, which I know they could do. From the promos they cut, exclusive promos, and the promos they do with themselves online, like on their social media and whatnot, I feel like they both could be singles competitors, and this is still holding them in one place that we've already seen in multiple years, and so like I said, it's good, it's bittersweet. For me, like I said, I love to see them, my black brothers be successful, because we've talked about that on this show about black male talent not getting they just due or getting much success on these shows or much showcase on these shows. So I'm happy with this. That you saw a picture with them with Triple H, shaking their hands, them celebrating with ties around their waist and whatnot. But I feel like they could be they being held there right now, and they could be going further.
Okay. sort of being anchored down in the tag team division, not being able to spread their wings.
Right. And we was talking about AEW, the other show with the Hurt Syndicate. Are they being held the same way? And coincidence, they was a team before they split. They went separate ways. Bobby and Street Profits, but they both being held in the tag team division in both companies.
Okay.
So,
well,
and they both champions, and that's a cool thing about it. They both, like I said, both teams are champions, but they could be going further, and maybe they will. Maybe they will. But it just seems for right now, it's just something like she probably is stuck, and they would have been if they won or not. In my opinion, I'm putting that out there.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I will push back a little bit because I get what you're saying about being in the singles. I would like to see that too. But I am primarily happy they won a tag team division because my biggest issue has always been the tag team division is not very strong. And I feel like having a team like the Street Profits to interact with your DIYs and your Motor City and your Pretty Deadlies help keep things at least interesting in the tag team division. So until the tag team division can steam along on its own with one less team, I would like to see the Street Profits be the top of this division. Now, I do agree again with you that I would like to see them go solo, especially Montez, especially Dawkins. Mainly because I feel like everyone keeps thinking Dawkins is going to be a weakling. I think Dawkins would be perfectly fine. But at the same time, I do worry about one or two things. The booking of it. How are the Street Profits going to be booked as champions anyway? I got to admit, I'm kind of concerned about that. Is it going to be a Shinsuke Nakamura thing where it happened? It's a big moment, then we forget about it and don't think about it until another pay-per-view pops up? Or are they going to be a good reign? And then I think about that same concern and they go singles. Is it going to be a thing where one gets a big push and the other gets relegated to kind of a backstage, non-existent persona? I think about Heavy Machinery, what happened to Otis and what happened to Tucker. Like, I fear that I get worried about those type of things. And the other reason I don't want to see them break up is because I feel like every tag team that breaks up has to go about it the worst way. And I would hate to see them break up the worst way. I just want to see an agreeable, hey, let's go our separate paths instead of you holding me down type situation. Yeah. So I get where you're coming from. I'm happy that they won. I like to see where it goes. If it becomes a dud, then yeah, blow this whole thing up. Send one to Raw, one to SmackDown, and let's just see what happens. But if it turns out being pretty good and it makes the tag team division, something worth talking about, then more power to it.
Mm-hmm. Let people know about that stat you told me about with this titling for them.
So, in this whole context of everything, I think it's been over 200 plus days. But you realize the Street Profits, this is their only second title reign throughout their entire tenure, especially on the main roster. They won the tag team titles before, and then they had to do the swap with the New Day when they moved to SmackDown. Now, you can count that as a third title reign, because that's what some people like to do. I don't personally. I think it's still one title reign. But yeah, out of the 4 or 5 years they've been on the main roster, only 2 times that they held the tag team titles. I would have swore they were 4-time champions. But 2 times on the title, I think that's kind of weird. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, the other time they held it was with NXT. They had the tag team titles.
Okay, so that's the other time you can count if you want to do 3-time in that regard. That's why I say main roster, because I was just
I'm just talking about their entire career as a team. Because from what we've known from both of them, I mean, we saw Dawkins a little bit before we got with this. He did the Street Profits thing, but only thing we know Montez for is the Street Profits, and that's why everybody's been bubbling up and saying, man, we want to see Montez do something else. We see the potential. And and the only thing like evidence we always say and we could go on is that Elimination Chamber match for the U.S. title. And that's the only evidence we're able to go on. And other than we just see his style, his mannerisms, his charisma and whatnot. He got the look and whatnot. And then like I say, what he's putting online as far as videos, we like that. So it's intriguing us even more to what we want is for him to go solo. And like I said, Dawkins could do the same thing. All you gotta do is give Dawkins B-Fab, keep B-Fab with him, and Montez to be on his own.
Okay, yeah, that's something you could do there.
Yeah, but like I said,
Something
this reign can help them, and so we'll see where it goes, and if they, continue to be fighting champions and aggressive champions. But I don't want them to make it to Mania and then lose, and then we got another short reign, and now where we going at?
Oh, so that's when you break them out.
I would hate for it to just be built up for they got this and they lose to like the what Motor City Machine Guns at WrestleMania. That would be lame. Because they doing it. They did a number of title changes before WrestleMania. Is this one? Rhea just lost her belt.
Well, they crowned new champions with the Intercontinental US with the women's. If you want to count that.
I mean, that was months ago. I'm talking about like right before we going into WrestleMania.
Oh, you mean like that close?
Ooh. Yeah, we real close. So it's like, come on, what are we doing? Yeah,
plans change. Plans change dramatically.
They do.
It seems like too.
Yeah, and so like you doing NXT too. You got North American title change right before Stand and Deliver, and the Women's World Champion change.
Oh yeah.
So it's a lot of title changes going on right now. They're switching title reigns, and so I want to see their plans for WrestleMania. Are these new champions retaining at WrestleMania, or are we gonna have a few short reigns? Well, WrestleMania weekend, because I got clue with Standing Delivering that weekend. Are these gonna be a few like 3 or 4 short reigns after WrestleMania weekend is over? And I would hate that for the Street Profits. I would have rather they just had a multi-team match at WrestleMania and the Street Profits won at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that would have been pretty big. I would have kind of liked that too, actually. That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought this match was going to have like some funny ending with Motor City interfering.
Yeah.
And then Pretty Deadly interfering. Nick Aldis being like, all right, this is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
You guys, prime time cage match.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Something like that. I mean, something.
He says weird things. I like Nick Aldis.
Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to say. How is this going to play out? Because, they're going to go to wrestle. Because don't Pretty Deadly have a non-contender match? Are they the no contenders?
I think so now, yeah. After this match right here, they were, yeah.
So you really want me to believe the Street Profits may lose to the Yes Boys?
What are you trying to say? You don't like how that book's on? Ain't gonna work for you?
I mean, Pretty Deadly are entertaining, but they shouldn't be beating those Street Profits. And not to say that they just automatically would, but I'm afraid that could happen.
Well, I mean, okay, we're just talking about it. Who does Pretty Deadly seem fitting in beating? DIY? Motor City?
I would rather them do that. Yeah, they have Pretty Deadly beat DIY before WrestleMania and then drop it to Street Profits at WrestleMania. Or like I said, have a multi-team match. I would rather a multi-team ladder match, TLC, or just like I said, a regular multi-man match. Or it could be Extreme Rules. I don't care what you do.
Well, I love the multi-team. Like I mentioned before, I'll be happy if Mania had nothing but multi-team matches. I will multi-people matches. I think I would be perfectly fine.
Me too. I would
More
like
people, the better.
Right.
Give me 100 Giant Battle Royal and a pre-show, and that'll be the Mania Manias.
Oh, Lord. I love to see the chaos. I love the chaos. You know what I'm saying? To see how that goes. But I don't know. Like I said, congrats to the Street Profits. Like I said, but I just hope this reign means something, and it's a defining reign for them, and they new attitude that they have. But let's keep it on with a tag matches. Another tag match, a 6-man tag was formed on this show with the Bloodline versus LA Knight
Braun
with Braun
Strowman
Strowman
and Jimmy Uso.
and Jimmy Uso, multi contenders for that U.S. title. And Solo coming out saying, acting like he was gonna say himself should be a contender or be good fight for the U.S. title at WrestleMania, but he said Jacob. It's like all these weeks he's trying to build up Jacob, but I think it's gonna come to a point where he's just gonna build him all the way up to the match and then attack Jacob.
Oh, I would hate if he did that.
I know, right? But he feels right. I don't know. I just feel like he feels overshadowed because he's supposed to be the leader, and they had Jacob saying, "I love you, Solo," all those months, and he feel like he should be that. So, but now he's acting like he's trying to build Jacob up just to knock him down. And so,
No, I get you. I don't know. I just there's a possibility he might be doing that. I don't know. I just kind of here's my deal. I feel like Solo has been a better tribal chief than Roman because I feel like he is legitimately trying to build up his people through motivation as opposed to harsh trials. And I would just hate for all this to be a ruse just so that Solo can somehow betray Jacob. Because, it goes back to the whole idea of motivation. Who do you help in doing that? If Solo were to betray Jacob, I think he would get less respect from any other tribal member. Because now you're going against your own. You already kind of just took the Ulafala from Roman. Now you're betraying the people you brought in. So it's like, Solo, what's going on?
yeah,
That sounds like a madman.
Hey, like I said, he can't get what he wanted, so he taking down everybody who came in with him. Like I said, Jacob, and the way Jacob been talking, he said, I'm off the leash now. Like Solo had him on the leash, and he can do what he want to do now. And Solo probably coming in like, bro, you still under me. But I'm gonna show you. I'm not like I'm supporting, but I'm gonna put you in your place when it's time. I'm being calculating, just like I've learned from Roman Reigns. I'm calculating my moves. I know how dangerous you are, so I'm not gonna attack you head on. I'm gonna attack you when you least expect it. You least expect it.
I guess. I don't know, because even then, what happens next? Because then Solo is going to be alone. He ain't going to have nobody. And he's going to have every tribal member after him. Solo, Tama, Roman, Jay, Jimmy, Snooker.
There you go. He going down the whole family now.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Tamina.
it just depends on with that. It seems like Tama Tonga is stuck in the middle. Who does he choose?
There you go with the mean one. I'm taking Jacob. That guy's crazy. Solo's cool. He killed John Cena for at least 3 seconds in Saudi Arabia. But John Cena's back now and he's healed. So obviously those thumbtacks didn't do as much as I thought.
Right. Then he FU'd you through the table at WrestleMania 40. So
right? Exactly. So I don't know. I'm going to side with Jacob. See where this takes me. I rolled with Solo for a while. We lost War Games. I'm going to try the new tribal chief.
And he lost Raw debut on Netflix.
See, so it's like, look, stick with Finn, always get the pin. All right? That's kind of the same thing with Jacob.
I hear you. Well, I mean, it's just, and then when it's Tonga Lord come back, who does he choose? I mean,
Bronson Reed.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, I would love to see Bronson Reed on that. Please, Bronson Reed ever get healed up and come back.
I do, because I want him and Jacob to be that force. I need that tag team.
He was on the run.
Tag team.
Well, they showed that picture with him. They had to post a picture together, like America's Most Wanted right there.
Oh, man, I need that team. That's the team, right? America's Most Wanted? Oh, God.
Yeah, Jacob and Bronson Reed. Well, that take over tag team division. And that could be slowly building up both of them.
Real quick to that point, TKO, WWE, they need to shell out the money so they can get that Snoop Dogg and Tupac song as their theme song. Just pay the royalties and make that their theme song.
Hey, that'd be nice. Hey, Tony doing it with he did it with certain people. But...
Yeah, right? Just do it. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. Just use one of those Saudi Arabia checks and flip the bill.
Yeah, I could pull that off. Talk to Snoop. He over there, bro.
Yeah, right. Come on, he loves WWE. He may give you a discount.
Right.
He already got a belt from you guys.
Exactly. And he can use him on whatever show.
Yeah.
So, hey, we can see what happens with that. But who are you really looking forward to LA Knight facing for the U.S. title at WrestleMania? I'm assuming you're going to say a multi-man match. But if it had to be one-on-one.
Oh, Carmelo Hayes. Is that not an option?
Oh, that's one of my options.
All right. But if I had to pick a real option, no, I was saying Carmelo Hayes, I think, is my real option. If I had to pick one of the guys who was in this match,
I mean, you ain't got to, but
because they were in the match, and you said this, and you did make a good point about how this was like the U.S. title picture, because they kind of just threw all them in there.
Right.
And I didn't even think about that. It's like, yeah, we made a good point to that. So I'm going to say, if they had to be in this match, you know who I would like to see? Jimmy Uso. If I can't get Jimmy, then, of course, Jacob Fatu. But the main reason I say Jimmy first, because, we see what's going on with Jay. And, maybe Drew was right. Maybe he should have said Yeet first. We get it. But Jimmy, I think...
Yeah, he did.
I think Jimmy's actually a little bit funnier and has a little bit better comedic timing. I kind of like him being a fumbling heel sometimes, because that stuff is quite comical. I remember when he was beat up after a match, and Roman was like, I need you to go out there and do something. He was like, listen, man, I want to tire him out. It's like, what you say? No, I'm heading in, coach. I'm good. I like that kind of stuff. Jimmy is good at that. So I want to see him in that picture just so that he can have a few moments to shine on promos.
Right. Because Rikishi, of course, he's going to bring up his family always, but he said Jimmy got it. He just got to find it like Roman and Jay did. And he feels like Jimmy can do it. Because like I said, he has the personality right there. But like I said, he just got to get some wins under his belt, and, something going to catch on with him.
People like to do the Rockers. Who's the Shawn Michaels? Who's the Marty Jannetty?
Oh, we do that all
I
the
think
time,
in some cases you have these other teams like the Hardy Boys. You have your Jeff, you have your Matt Hardy. Jeff is the charismatic one that people love, but Matt is the brains behind wrestling. Like, he gets the character dynamic, and I think that's Jimmy. Yeah. Jimmy gets the character thing, while Jay is, he's charismatic. People love Jimmy when he walks out. They yeeting all over the place. But Jimmy, all he needs to do is just find his thing, like he said, and he's right up there.
Yeah, I feel like he'll get it. Like I said, it'll click. Something got to click. He's still kind of doing the no yeet type thing. Yeah, but like I said, I would love to see him do it. But I feel like if he goes 1-on-1, I feel like LA Knight is gonna win that, because LA Knight is the biggest star right now.
Oh well, yeah. Listen, whoever faces LA Knight's gonna lose.
Probably so. But I thought it could be Carmelo. And like I said, you said Carmelo, kind of segues into the Carmelo Randy Orton match.
Mm-hmm.
And Melo was kind of taking it to him, and he could have got it. I feel like, and then Kevin Owens comes after the match and hobbling and trying to get away. I'm like, why didn't you come during the match and help Melo win? That could build Melo up to go for the U.S. title.
Yeah, because he doesn't care about Melo. He just hates Orton. I don't know. That's a good question. A part of me does kind of wonder why he didn't attack sooner, just to even prevent Orton from getting a win.
Right. And then, like I said, something had to happen or whatever, because like I said, he was hobbling off. Like I said, something went off, because he was like running away, running the opposite way. And I think something went wrong right there. It kind of confused me.
Kind of bad timing.
Yeah. And then Orton tried to get a handshake from Carmelo again, but Carmelo just kind of pushed him off, and then so
I faced him. He said, "Get away from me with all that BS. This ain't Ring of Honor. Right. I don't shake hands after a loss." Right.
Then Melo caught another RKO right after that, so I was like, "Oh boy!"
He planted him pretty hard with that RKO.
Yeah. I was like, boy."
I tell you, you know what? That's the thing about WWE. If you become too good of a seller, you're gonna be just taking a bunch of moves.
Oh,
Dolph Ziggler.
Right.
Boy, can't be too good of a seller, because they just gonna make sure they give you every move so they can make all these moves look good.
Yeah, because Melo do be selling his ass off. So Hope he don't re-relegate it, something like that. Like I said, he been winning for the past month or so, and so I thought he was gonna get this win because of KO, and that will lead him to WrestleMania. But
yeah, that would have been nice. Cause yeah, I would like to see him in the mix of that whole U.S. title match as well. Before he was kind of stuck in the whole. I don't know what they're doing, Melo, because before he was with the Miz thing, and then prior to that it was just the R-Truth thing, and then prior to that he was stuck in the Andrade vortex that just kept going back and forth. It's like I don't know what they're doing, Melo.
I don't know. It's like he going up and down the card. Like, see, he fought Cody, fought Braun Strowman, fought Alpha Academy, R-Truth. Then he came up and fought, like, say, had this match with Randy Orton. Like, I feel like he should have won just off of, like a distraction or interference, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so we just close to WrestleMania. I don't see what plans there are for him. Like I said, but if it's a multi-man match, he can probably get into that if it in the U.S. title.
Oh, well, yeah, possibly. I don't know. Melo may not be. Hey, man, some people just have to be meant for Backlash. Not everyone can make the Mania card.
Yeah.
I said that's just what it is. Sometimes that's what Backlash is for.
That we found out is in St. Louis this year, I believe.
Yeah, I ain't like that. You better learn. You better call when you cross that bridge. You mess with the St. Louis.
Yo, that was my group back in the day. I was playing nothing but Nelly and them St. Lunatics. People, I actually got a cut on my face and I had to put a Band-Aid on. People thought I was being Nelly.
Nelly? No,
and I didn't mind them saying that because that was my dude, bro.
Oh.
Shout out to Nelly and them St. Lunatics for sure. But hey, it's
how
St. Louis.
Real quick, how about the other St. Louis legend? Sexy Red.
Man, go ahead.
You know she gonna probably be at this show too. Yeah. Just an FYI.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. That's gonna be interesting.
Okay.
And Randy Orton from there, so he gonna have to do something there. So.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But
snap! Know. What if he gets a world title shot against the new champion John Cena?
Hey, it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess it does kind of make sense. That's if John Cena wins, which I still don't think he's going to do. But I don't want to get lost into that. We're not here to predict Backlash.
I mean, we might.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, but that's a segue into the Cody Rhodes on Miz TV.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a real boy. I tell you, talk about all gas, no brakes. Cody had no time for the Miz's BS.
No, he's done his talking. He talked on last SmackDown. He talked on Raw, and here he just ready to fight. Especially because Miz interrupted his entrance and whatnot,
which is fair.
Yeah,
his intro takes about 15 minutes.
Right. But I thought everybody loves it, especially the live crowd that just eats it up. I know I did when I was there, but
that's fair.
And with me, I thought he had a jacket on. I thought he had like a John Cena shirt under that jacket for some reason. I don't know why, but it ended up being like a Cody Rhodes and Barcelona shirt. Yeah, it was a nice shirt too. Cody got some fire shirts. I ain't gonna lie.
They already have the other shirts made for every other country they're going to.
Yeah, and like they got Cena in Belgium for Monday.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go then.
So I'm like. I'm kind of confused. I'm trying to figure out how they playing this. He's supposed to be a quote-unquote bad guy now. I mean, everybody's saying that, but I mean,
so you like thinking. Changing his gear? Like, his clothes going to be the same? Like, he's still going to be the T-shirt and jorts Cena?
It's the same type of thing, but it's just representing Belgium.
What if they just made all those shirts and he ends up with the new look and it's too late because people already bought the merch?
I don't know. They WWE Shop posted that after Elimination Chamber.
Okay, well,
and so that's why I'm like, why y'all posting something that? Why y'all putting that out when everybody's looking forward to him like changing his whole demeanor and look or whatever.
Here's my question: with Cena turning heel, does he move the same number of merch?
I think so.
The power of Cena, I tell you.
I think so because. Well, I don't know, the kids may not want it, but the grown folks probably want it.
You know what? That's like the Tom Brady thing. You know, Tom Brady, for every year he played, I think after his 10th year or whatever, he was the highest selling jersey. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you not have a Tom Brady jersey if you already have a Tom Brady jersey? At this point, you just don't want one, like me. Like, why is he still the highest selling jersey? I was seeing the highest selling merch. Like, what are you doing?
I don't know. They coming out with new stuff. They ain't that look good. I need that.
No, I know, but it's like he's supposed to be a heel. I thought people would be like, no, I ain't supporting that jerk off. He beat up Cody Rhodes and say yes to The Rock.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I just want everybody's looking forward to 3 p.m. At least our time, Eastern on Monday.
Is that what time it's coming on?
Yeah, it's coming on 3:00 in the afternoon because they're in another country. They're gonna be in Belgium.
Well, I just figured that it would still air at the same time because
and they're doing that for the next 3 weeks.
Oh wow, 3 p.m. Raws. Yeah, that ain't happening.
So that's gonna be on Netflix. So it's gonna be. I'm at to stay on social media for a little bit because I ain't gonna be at the house. But
that's true. Yeah, you will have to stay away. Because I'll be honest with you, this SmackDown was taped. I knew of some things that happened, but I didn't know a lot of the spoilers. But I also wasn't really looking.
No, I wasn't looking, but
sometimes it happens.
I hadn't seen the Street Profits win earlier in the day. I was like, dang. Okay,
yeah,
that's what's up. But dang, I want to see it while watching it at home.
Profits are up.
Hey, and they found the smoke.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. But so I mean, like, oh man, we'll see what Cena gonna do. But something else we've been waiting for. We wait on Cena. That's what we've been waiting for is comments from Jade Cargill. She sat down, did a empty arena interview.
Oh, I thought that was a Rampage taping. That was an interview for SmackDown.
Oh wow, the disrespect is prevalent.
I thought she was just paying homage to where she came from, going back to her roots. Like, where it all started, where she's trying to go.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Well, she's talking about the situation and how she felt heartbroken. I mean, but she had to do what she had to do. And all she saw was Naomi running away and after she got pushed and whatnot. And then I guess she ended up going to the hospital after that. So it only hurt her physically, hurt her, emotionally. Because she thought, Naomi had her back, and but she stabbing her in the back and pushing her in the back.
Yeah, sure, right.
So
she had her back, all right.
Right. But while she's having this conversation about it, Liv Morgan and Raquel walks through, coming into the building, coming into the arena, whatnot. Mm-hmm. And I like how they did that with their bags and everything. That was cool. And so now they're gonna have a match next week, Jade and Liv?
Well, hold on. Mention what Liv said when she walked up to her. She interrupted her, but what did she say? You had all this time and you let those people think I attacked you.
Yeah. And so Liv is looking for apology. Not just from her. She also mentioned did a message to Bianca.
No, Bianca did apologize.
She apologized to Lee? When?
Oh, she apologized. No, she did do an apology. And then, hang on. Okay, now I got to see if I can. Give me a moment because I got to fight with this computer here. I got to pull it up on next. But no, I figured
she had a message
either way,
on
she did give an apology. I'm sorry. I think so. Hang on. Let me just see if I can find it real quick. I guess I'll go through Liv or Bianca.
Yeah. She wanted apology from her, and then now she wanted from Jade. Because she didn't do it. But when Jade was getting in the chamber, yeah, it is.
Hang on a second.
But when Jade was getting in the chamber,
give me a moment.
It's like I know it wasn't you. Are you about to show it? No, it's good. I was saying, like, when Jay was getting in the chamber she was saying to Liv, I thought she was saying, at first I thought she said, I know it was you, but then she was just trying to play it off. But then, like everybody was saying, she said, I know it wasn't you. And then she attacked Naomi. But then, like I said, Liv was still right here talking junk, her and Raquel, to Jade. So now it's going to be, Jade and Liv next week. And the funny thing, Liv said, don't get pushed on no cars in between time. So, like I said, Liv is, boy, she just living her best life right now in WWE. She have her best year and a half, and she doing her thing. She been real entertaining.
Okay, so I did find it. Here it is. It was a back and forth argument they were having, but it was on March 12th at 4:25 p.m. Bianca did post, "I'm sorry, Liv, damn." Because, like I said, they were having a back and forth, and then that's when Liv replied, "Wow, a woman that actually takes accountability. Thank you. Seems like you can learn a thing or two." And then she posted that to Rhea Ripley, actually.
Oh, well, her and Rhea Ripley still,
Yeah, they do. But you know what?
Like each other.
I do want to speak on this real quick. So I do kind of have a problem with this as well. Jade Cargill came into the Elimination Chamber and beat the crap out of Naomi. This tells me that Jade Cargill has been clear for a while. She could have gone out and said, no, leave Liv alone. She had nothing to do with it. She could have posted that or anything, but they let all of that vitriol go out for a while. Even I was kind of fooled into thinking it. And it's like you kind of let her be a target for no reason, all the while knowing Naomi has something to do with it. So I gotta admit, Jade ain't coming off too friendly in my opinion. I'm telling you, I'm siding more, even though her actions were extreme, Naomi and Liv Morgan in the midst of this Bianca and Jade Cargill thing.
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying, maybe, look, I already said before that I thought Jade was kind of holding Bianca back from single success that she could be doing instead of being relegated to the tag team. She could have just been a tag team with Naomi. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, when Naomi starts pointing out a couple of points of like how she's riding your coattails, I ain't going to ignore that completely. Just like maybe there's some signs to it. Oh, maybe I have to go back and watch this footage again. Who was winning those matches? Who was being carried? I had to go back and see because I feel like maybe it was Jade being carried by Bianca.
Yeah. I mean, but that's kind of the low-key thing. People knew that Jade wasn't all the way there where they wanted her to be because she's the star, but wrestling-wise, she was put with Bianca to get up to speed on how she should be.
Oh, yeah, I understand that. But kayfabe-wise, I'd explain that kayfabe-wise when Jade is the powerhouse she's supposed to be.
Yeah. I guess, maybe Naomi may be trying to just expose her. I don't know.
Hey, she did expose her. Showed her for the fraud that she is. She's a phony.
The big fat phony.
Big fat phony.
I don't know.
But not a lot of fat. Jay probably has 3% body fat, so I wouldn't say fat.
No, not at all.
She is a total package.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Luger.
Hall of Famer. But, I don't know. Like I said, we're going to see what happens. It's going to be real interesting to see what happens with Jade and Liv. Because I'm trying to see who Liv and Raquel going to, and if they're going to defend the tag team titles at WrestleMania, and who is it going to be against. I said it was going to be Alexa, and then if she do a story with Nikki Cross.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
With the Wyatt Six or whatnot. But I haven't seen neither one of them since
I don't know.
Since Chamber.
But I haven't seen Nikki Cross in like forever anyway.
Right. Neither one of them have made an appearance. Not just saying one appearance could do it. 1 or 2 appearances can do it. We got a few weeks left to WrestleMania anyway. So, I mean, it's not hard.
Oh, but you know what? There's always backlash.
Here you go.
Listen, not everything is going to make Mania.
I get it. I get that, but
especially with the way we talk about, like, we talking about just slapping matches on there now. Who are you? Nick Khan, Tony Khan, Ralph Khan? Let's just add it on here.
Hey, we got a few matches that's doing that. Because, I mean, look at segue again. Drew McIntyre and
Damian Priest.
Is that going to be a WrestleMania match?
You know what? I can make an argument that it could be a WrestleMania match because these two actually have a pretty decent history. But who took the title off of Drew? Who threw
Yeah.
Drew out of the Royal Rumble?
Damian Priest.
So it's like it ain't the big. Actually, this probably belongs on Backlash too, but it could make Mania, but it probably belongs on Backlash.
Right. Maybe. I don't know. Like, so you got a
Yeah.
few, it seems like Mania gonna have a few grudge matches. As far as that match, Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, because Damian Priest was going against Shinsuke Nakamura, end up beating him, but no, there's a
No, it's a disqualification. Yeah,
he got
because
disqualification. He's about to
jumped
beat
in
him.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. He's about to beat Shinsuke, and then Drew McIntyre jumped in and he beat him down on this one. So we got that match, RKO and Kevin Owens. I'm trying to think what a match. It's just like a grudge. Probably a triple threat match, Roman, Punk, and Seth.
Yeah, that's gonna
Until
be.
we figure out if something was on the line for that.
Yeah.
So you got a few grudge matches just happening right here.
Maybe it'll be the cover of 2K26. Maybe that's what's going to be on the line.
Oh Lord. Hey, I mean, could be. You gotta see. I like to see Punk on there. I think Punk gonna win the triple threat match anyway.
Oh, really?
As of right now, that's what I feel like.
Okay.
As of right now, because I feel like Roman and Seth is gonna be cancel each other out with their bad blood they done had for the over past 10 years.
Yeah, seriously. And that Punk would just kind of take. Who takes a pin?
I don't see Roman taking no pin, so I'll say Seth. Yeah, Roman ain't taking too many pins, bro. Seth might get to eat that one.
Not going to work for me.
Seth been doing that a lot lately, but in the past couple of years, he eating some pins, and he's been world champion in the past couple of years, but he still, especially when Cody came back, he had lost a lot with him.
3 in a row.
Yeah, so I feel like he's Teflon either way. So
yeah, I think at some point, so like that's a question. At what point in your career can you take a lot of pins and it just don't even matter?
depending on how successful you become. Because, look at Seth's career. He's done everything. Pretty much besides King of Reign, being King of Reign. Other than that, he's done everything. Beat the biggest people. This man beat Brock Lesnar twice in a row.
He did.
At WrestleMania and SummerSlam.
Yeah, that did happen.
He was in the Shield, for God's sakes. He's been multi-time world champion.
Had the greatest
won the
cash
Royal
in.
Rumble. Yeah, one of the greatest cash-ins of all time, if not the. Money in the Bank. Royal Rumble win.
champion. He's been a double champion. He held the U.S. and the world title both at the same time, right?
Yeah. So it just, like I said, depends on how successful you are.
What about Bayley? Is she at that point?
Yeah. And she's one of the most decorated women in history.
Yeah, honestly, she did just also win the Rumble and Mania last year, so it ain't like
Yeah.
okay. I'll just
And you see how many shots she's getting all over the place.
yeah, right. And it's like she's losing quite a bit, but it's like you don't really see this as a bad thing. Like you lose it to Roxanne Perez, I don't see it as oh man, Bayley lose to Roxanne. I look at it as more look, Roxanne got a big win.
Right. Because you can always give her back up unless they put a spotlight on it or she's on a losing streak. But that's still a build up.
Losing streak. What was John Cena on for the longest?
Right.
And a 200 plus, 2,000 day plus losing streak.
Exactly. And that plays into why he teamed with The Rock, most likely.
Yeah,
he's
also played
it. A desperate situation. He feels like he's best for business and, get his 17th championship.
Yeah, that's the thing about wrestling, right? It isn't always about wins and losses. It's about how things are booked. Because I will even give Heath Slater. The guy was on a notorious losing streak. But his big win came at Mania in a tag team match. Granted, we might have forgotten about it now, but I remember that night. That was a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Like I said, that's why wrestling is so crazy. It's like, no matter how you book, it takes one feud or one match maybe to get people behind you. Go back a few years, when we thought Santino was gonna win the Royal Rumble. You don't think a lot of people are gonna be? He lost a lot, but we love his personality, love who he was, and so if he won that match, that crowd would have went nuts.
Yeah, it would have been. That would have been a weird Mania main event too.
Hey, it would have been, but you can't tell me people wouldn't have been behind Santino Marella, and if he was acting more serious, and still did a little bit of funny stuff, but still was acting more serious and had a more serious finisher instead of the Cobra.
Those snake thing. I mean, yeah. Look, you sometimes I don't want to say a clown, but you can take the comedic act and you can make him serious. I hate to do this guy, but Kofi Kingston. A lot of people saying Kofi Kingston can't be world champion because he's part of the New Day, pancake slinging goofy crew. And then what happened? They built a good, dramatic, dynamic story that led to an arguably one of the best world WWE champion wins.
Exactly. Like that. So that's what wrestling is. It's like it's just how you book your wrestlers from day to day, week to week, year to year.
Yeah, that year to year needs to be really emphasized.
Right, but things can still switch at a drop of a dime.
Cars are subject to change.
Exactly.
Well, when those happen, that's when you got to learn to pivot.
Pivot and adapt to what's going on, and adapt to your crowd, and listen to your crowd.
Sometimes.
And see who they're actually behind, who they're cheering for week to week, and who's consistent and who they're consistently behind, no matter if they're losing or not. They're still reacting to them.
Yeah, the crowd can be a little off sometimes.
Oh yeah. They're iffy, and they're what's the word? Fickle.
That's right.
Fickle.
Let me ask you this: if you ran a wrestling promotion, which crowd would you pay more attention to? The arena crowd or the online community?
Oh, always the arena.
Okay.
Always. Because I mean, look at our champion, Cody Rhodes. Yeah, you know how much hate that man gets online, and how much love he gets in the arena.
Actually, no, I don't. I don't know how much hate he gets online, but I know Jey Uso gets a lot of hate online.
I mean, that's another example. Everybody eating in that crowd.
Yeah, they
online saying, "Man, why he won the Royal Rumble? Man, what him, Jey Uso?" I'm
telling you, man, those people never been in the Jey Uso arena.
Right,
y'all need to go see that live.
Boy, we experienced that firsthand.
Yeah, I was almost a non-believer too, but man, once I started yeeting, you don't go back.
Yeah. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeah. Even Austin Theory had to get in on it.
I didn't like that. I like how he did yeet in the background. It's infectious. Even if you don't want to, you're going to find yourself doing it.
Right. And speaking of, Jey Uso, we had Gunther on SmackDown fighting Axiom. Home country fighter, he's an NXT tag team champion, probably the best tag team in WWE right now. In NXT.
Yeah, right now, probably.
And the main roster. For Axiom. So I don't know. So he had Gunther on SmackDown. He went toe to toe, but Gunther, of course, pulled it out. But it goes to your point, like, why is Gunther facing these lower card wrestlers?
Yeah,
on the way to fighting Jey Uso WrestleMania.
Why is Jey Uso battling A-Town down on his way to fight Gunther to WrestleMania? It's really, honestly, dude. Gunther went on this whole thing about the 10 weeks of hell he was going to put Jey Uso through or something like that.
Yeah.
When does that start?
I mean, like I said, he been putting him to sleep, and then this week he did do what you were saying. He did talk to Jimmy.
No, I want him to beat up Jimmy. I don't want to talk to Jimmy. If he's talking to Jimmy, he need to be talking with his 5 fingers, because I need him smacking Jimmy. That's what I need.
I hear you, but I mean, it's a step forward in the story.
Well, dude, listen. I need for Jimmy to be a broken person going into that match.
With Jay?
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jay. See, it should be Jimmy. But I need Jay to be a broken person going into that match. Mentally and physically. Just not spiritually, because that's how he wins. Through the spirit of the crowd. It's a spirit bomb ordeal. That's what I'm building up to. They're going to keep eating and all that type of thing.
Okay.
But I'm not getting any of that right now. I'm getting cameos from these mid-carders in a match that is supposed to be for this is the Royal Rumble winner, by the way. I just want to point that out too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Bayley was going through randos in the women's division on her way to fight Io Sky. No, keep it consistent between the two participants and build a story that makes it significant. I don't feel like they're doing that. I feel like they're doing that with this match. And if we want to, we could talk about Tiffany and Charlotte because I feel like they're also dropping the ball on that one too.
I was talking about Royal Rumble winners. Talk about Charlotte Flair too.
Right, Charlotte Flair wins the Royal Rumble, and what is her? She goes around. Oh, I don't know who I'm gonna fight. Rhea Ripley gives her the best case to pick her. Although Rhea Ripley's not champion, in that moment, it was the best reason to pick her. We had 2 matches. Let's do the rubber match. Let's figure out who is the best. And then all of a sudden, she goes to pick Tiffany Stratton. And I still don't even know why. And not only do I not know why, all I know is that these two hate each other. And it's like, but why do they hate each other? Like, just, Tiffany does 15 moonsaults off the top of a Titantron. I'm supposed to be like, oh man, they're really heated. I'm still like, why did she even risk herself for someone that, what? Why? Just why?
I don't know. I guess she felt Tiffany wasn't worth her time. I don't know. And what Tiffany's trying to beat her. So she's going to try to shut that down and show she's the only queen around here and I'm the only me. I'm the only version. Nobody else could do what I'm doing. And then Tiffany coming back around and saying, hey, yeah, you had your legacy, but I'm going to be the top woman of this division and of, women's wrestling period. Like people think you are. I'm going to prove why I do have this championship on my shoulder.
Hey, you know what? I would love all of that. I just want to hear him say it. All right? I would love all of that.
I think they kind of said it. I mean, I don't know. I guess they didn't go all the way with it. I don't know.
When did they say this? If this interaction was done online, this goes back to the point that I ain't how I consume wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, Tiffany said it on SmackDown like a week or so ago that she want to be that top girl.
Yeah, but what did Charlotte say?
She want to take Charlotte's spot.
And did Charlotte say anything about you can never be in my spot? I want to see face-to-face. Let's just take it back to the old school days. Let's just have a whole bunch of face-to-face promos. And then in between that, if they have matches, they can interfere because those face-to-face promos got them a little heated. Got under their skin a little bit. Like, I don't like what you said about me in my face the other week.
Yeah, and they may do it. Like, we got time. We got weeks to get there.
How long? When is WrestleMania?
It's Easter weekend, so that's that.
Is that the week after Dynasty?
It most likely probably will be.
That's hilarious.
They better not put on the same weekend.
No, that's not. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, but yeah, it's Easter weekend.
Okay.
What, the 16th and I want to say 16th, 17th. I gotta look at the calendar. Hold on.
Okay, so if that's the case, then it's like they got a little bit. They got about a month.
The month.
They got about a month.
Yeah. Oh, 19th and 20th.
Oh, but look, you don't have to cram all of that when you had the entire bill that you could have been doing.
Yeah, I mean, they got a number of weeks. So, like I said, we got time to get all that. But like I said, right now, they just, I guess they, filling TV time.
That's
they're going back and forth attacking each other. But come when it comes down to it, they gonna have them promos.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just want to hear that Charlotte reasoning of why I chose Tiffany.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then,
I understand what you're saying.
The attacks. I don't know. It's like putting the cart before the horse.
Yeah. And like I said, it would be great if Tiffany did win this match. Because like I said, you have to build more people in your women's division. Yeah,
so I'm still kind of thinking Charlotte gonna win now.
I feel like she is too, but I'm just saying what should happen for a future. I'm not saying, man, like I said, Tiffany could get a rematch, but I'm just saying at WrestleMania it'd be nice if Tiffany does take that spot because Charlotte always takes a lot of time off anyway. So this would be another reason why she does.
Yeah, I get you. I don't know. I know I get it. Trust me, I do. But at the same time, I want to see the world burn, and I want to see Charlotte win.
Oh gosh,
this will definitely help move along the incineration of the world.
Oh gosh. Well, we got a lot of that going on in the U.S. right now, and so I'm gonna go ahead and go on to our women's U.S. champion.
Hey,
She may have a new. She may have a new. She has a new Secret Service, if you will, member in the
yeah.
Alpha Fire, but she may also have a new contender. Is Zelina Vega.
Okay.
This,
Yeah. How you feel about this?
I'm glad she's somebody else. Because Michin they wouldn't let Michin get that title from her. So now we have Zelina Vega, and I really like her. But now she has Alpha Fire and Piper Niven on Chelsea Green, that is, on her side. I don't know. Zelina's gonna need somebody.
Well, she got Michin.
I mean, yeah, Michin could still be in that fight, and like I said, B-Fab was right there with Michin, so all three of them, that could be a 6-woman tag, and then leading to the match with Zelina versus Chelsea, and we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be too bad. Kind of gives everyone something to do. Cause I don't know. Like, you know what? Here's a follow-up question. Eventually, got to drop this title. Who beats Chelsea for this title?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I thought it would have been Michin because, like I said, but it needs somebody that on the same level, personality-wise, or somebody that the people are behind right now. I'm trying to think who's on SmackDown. Can you pull up the list right quick? I'm trying to figure out who that could be. Well, unless they make Zelina Vega a transitional champion and it goes to, if they did that, it go to Naomi. But if Chelsea keeps it, it goes to Jade Cargill.
Okay, that's not too bad. Because other than that, you have, well, you still got Candice LeRae, Jade. You know, you have Keaton Carter and Katana Chance on SmackDown.
I've never seen them on SmackDown.
I haven't either, but I haven't seen them in a long time either way.
Yeah.
You still got Nia Jax.
Yeah, but then she ain't gonna fight Chelsea Green.
And then you got Zelina Vega. So I guess transition the U.S. title to the Naomi Jade Cargill feud.
That could work. But I mean, Chelsea's doing a great. Not saying Chelsea's doing a great job right now. I'm saying that's if Chelsea loses.
Yeah, when she loses. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hypothetically, if you couldn't do Jade and Naomi at the moment because they're in their feud, who's a third person?
I mean, like I said, Zelina right there. But she had to have help. But other than that, I'm trying to figure out who else on SmackDown, because Chelsea Green is not going to go against Nia Jax or Candice LeRae because they're both heels.
Oh, Alexa Bliss. I think she's on SmackDown.
That's true, but I feel like Alexa Bliss, like I said, they want an intriguing story where Alexa Bliss is her doing something with the Y6, and then her going against Liv Morgan because Liv Morgan put her out in the Elimination Chamber. But then, like I said, Liv Morgan's still in this other feud that she's just still going back and forth with Jade, so I don't know.
What do they just call us someone from NXT?
I mean, that can work too. Like I said, we got a number of girls down there, or women down there, you know.
Roxanne Perez look like she's Raw branded.
Yeah, I feel like she's going to go to Raw and face off with Lyra Valkyria.
Okay, well, never mind that. All right, well, I don't know. That's just a hypothetical. I mean, because Chelsea's going to be champion for a while anyway. I'm pretty sure she's going to be champ all the way up until, if not past, Money in the Bank. Yeah,
they got options, man. They got options. But that's another thing. Well, I don't know what Money in the Bank is. I don't want to do a prediction on who you think right now will win Money in the Bank. But
no, listen, you want to do that? I'll give you that real quick. Carmelo Hayes. I'm going to keep picking Carmelo until he wins something. Hey, and as far as the women goes,
like Jacoby, I ain't mad at that. Shout out to the ambassador.
I don't know from the women's side of things. I don't know because
you got Raw and SmackDown on that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the entire women's roster, even the NXT and even LFG. I'm just because it pulled up.
Like I said, I don't know when Money in the Bank is, so I can't say because wrestling, so much could happen in a few months.
You know what, Naomi?
Okay.
I want Naomi to win it, and I want her to win it in a sense of protest because I don't know yet. I'm thinking Bianca may be the world champion.
Yeah, I would. bro, I was talking about that with our friends of ours, and I really hope that Naomi doesn't cost Bianca this match at WrestleMania.
Oh,
That would
maybe.
just,
I don't know.
oh my God, that would,
Listen, it's on the table. I mean,
yeah,
it's on the
that would throw
table.
me, bro. Because I want Bianca to keep her streak, and I rather just, hey, face me
Oh, well, you know what? She
for
could
the
keep the
title.
streak. Oh, it could be a situation where it could be something that distracts Bianca from the match, where she legitimately leaves the match.
Maybe.
And it becomes a situation where she just wasn't there to stop the pin because she's out the ring or something.
Yeah, but
I know it's still a
I don't know.
streak. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that's still in her streak, I think.
Yeah, it would technically, because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see how this thing goes with her, with Naomi and Jade. And if they do, like I said, get Naomi a group behind her in the Meta Girls and take out Jade and then take out Jade again, might I say. And then that anger goes towards Bianca for turning on her.
or for not having her back.
Yeah.
Bianca, I cried your name, and you just saw me take that move.
Oh, yeah. That was like, man.
I looked
Boy,
out for you, and you didn't even recognize it. You wouldn't even look out for me,
yeah. You just let her pass by.
and you gave her the okay. What is this, The
Yeah.
Godfather?
Right. Man. It's great storytelling, but I just don't want it to cost Bianca at WrestleMania.
There got to be sacrifices made.
Man, but still, we'll see. Like I said, we'll see what happens. But I think that's all happened on SmackDown.
Randy, Carmelo. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all of SmackDown.
It was a good show, man. It was a good show, interesting show. Besides, I guess Paul Heyman talking about it was Roman Reigns Day, and
That was a 2K25 commercial.
it was, but it still led to what could happen next week when Roman Reigns comes back to SmackDown.
Oh,
And
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that
yeah,
was a big thing
because
about it.
Seth or Punk could say that, well, I don't acknowledge him and whatnot, and I know they're gonna say something on Raw, but that could lead to SmackDown.
Oh, that's kind of the thing. Roman being so primarily on SmackDown, you think anything's going to happen on Raw?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure there'll be words said, but I mean, we
oh yeah,
really want to
Punk.
hear from Roman because he's the one that.
Seth is gonna say something. Punk is gonna say something, but we still waiting. We've been waiting to hear from Roman since, like I said, since SummerSlam. We barely hear from that man.
Well, let me ask you this. I want to ask you not early prediction. I want you to predict this. How do they make it a triple threat match at Mania? What do you think is said to make it a triple threat match?
What it said? Let me see.
Or how do you connect those dots?
Well, really, we just doing it to get Roman in there because Seth and Punk is made. It's 1-1. So you didn't really beat me. The only reason you beat me was because of Roman. That's just like saying, how is Rhea Ripley getting in that title match? Because Io and Bianca are having a contract signing on Raw.
Oh my God.
And so how we getting Rhea Ripley in there? We're gonna figure that out on Raw.
She
And
gonna
so that's
complain. She gonna whine. And she
Yeah.
gonna complain until she gets her way in there.
That's all she's gonna be doing because that's what she did on last week. Talking about, oh, you should have been out there, bro. But that's your fault. You didn't focus.
Yeah,
I don't care if I was clapping for her for my entire career. Yeah, I don't care for every match she had against you. That shouldn't what I'm doing shouldn't distract you. I'm just sitting here clapping. It's thousands of fans in the crowd doing the same thing.
Seriously, that's why I have a real hard time cheering for Rhea Ripley. I have a hard time cheering for her.
But yeah, but so now we got the same thing with this. Seth and Punk going back and forth with wins and hatred and vitriol. and now Roman Reigns has stepped in because of what Seth, the history of him and Seth have, and then you got his things bubbling up with Punk. You had that at War Games because he barely want to team with him then.
Yeah,
saying he didn't need his help when he really did. So and then on top of it all, Paul Heyman consoling Punk inside the cage, and Roman Reigns looking like, You gotta be kidding me, bro. Ain't no way. He ain't even said nothing, but you can see the look on his face. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. Ain't no way.
That was a weird moment. Like, where did Paul Heyman even come from?
Hey, how you get in the ring that fast? Let's see Paul Heyman move that fast.
Dude, it really felt like he just kind of materialized in the ring, and like CM Punk was just hugging him. Like, it wasn't even really Paul Heyman. It was just the spirit of Paul Heyman in that moment.
Right. But I mean, we was focused on Roman and Seth. Roman beat down Seth, so I mean, he could have just easily walked in there. But either way,
he ain't a fast guy though.
He ain't. But but he just right there. He's like, all right, I'm gonna handle this right now. I'm beat down Punk, and he raised the one. And so I mean, it's right there. But it's just like, so because he had history of both of them. I think we talked about it last episode. I don't know, but Punk could like bring up how
the Shield and all that.
Yeah, the Shield situation. I brought you in.
Yeah, I set you guys up for success. As far as I'm concerned, you're in the spot you're in because of me and what I sacrifice.
Right.
Oh wow, that actually sounds pretty. Look, hold on a second. What you sacrificed? You mean what you left behind? Because you wasn't man enough to take it. You want to talk about what you claim you did? Well, I'm telling you what you didn't do.
Right there. That's Seth all day, right there.
Seriously.
That's Seth all day. And there you go. There you go. And I say, tell Roman, and Punk can say to Roman, but you cost me a victory against this jackass.
Right? Yeah, I mean, so Roman's like, you know what? Both of y'all can do whatever y'all want, but right now y'all feud is messing up my moment. I'm supposed to be on top, but because of you two jerk-offs, I got to sit here and watch Mania from the sideline. So if I'm not going, nobody in this arena is going. That's right. I'm taking everyone's tickets. Even you, Michael Cole.
Right, because this is my camera. This is my ring.
This is my house.
And then you go, and then we have your phones. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. See a triple threat.
Yeah, you know what? Put us in charge of booking. We could make a real good dude.
Give me the pen.
We need to find a company. You know what? Let's call AEW and see if they can need some writers, because we can write at least 4 weeks worth of Dynamite that can lead to a great dynasty.
At least. Give us that'll be our audition.
Right? You know what? We'll do it on payroll for minimum price. Free tickets.
Hey, there you go. Put me front row.
Right? And then if we do a good job, put us on payroll.
Yeah, hey. AEW, whoever working there, anybody see this? Comment, hit the DMs, Champions Corner Podcast. We'll write
check our Patreon. We just did a Patreon, or at least another video not too long ago, rebooking the hologram Mercedes Moné. And I don't know, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. And put our merch on y'all shop too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hit up
that's
all
that's
the
part of the deal. That's the deal. It's in the
right. Just
contract.
go ahead and buy merch. That's all about that. You know, make it like the Ric Flair Woo Drake. You sell Champions Corner merch on the TV show.
Right. That's all we asking for. But it's gonna be a good build to WrestleMania. Road to WrestleMania. A lot going on. SmackDown was good. We got a lot going on Monday Night Raw. Like I said, the contract signing with EO and Bianca. See what happens with that. See if Seth and Punk say something about Roman or each other, talk junk each other, see who Contenders is for these tag team titles, for the Women's Intercontinental, and who's really fighting Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. Because he been going to be for a few people, and like I said, like we continue to say, multi-man WrestleMania.
You know what?
Multi-mania.
Right? Throw in the U.S. and Intercontinental title, put in 2 rings, and have both of those matches go at the same time. Multi-people.
Yeah.
And start having it intertwined. So if you get in the other ring, now you're in this match. So you have an opportunity to win one or the other belt, depending on which ring you're in. We'll call it WrestleMania Mayhem.
Mania Mayhem. There we go.
There you go. I like that. Mania Mayhem. That's a Mania Mayhem match. The 2 singles titles on the line in 2 rings.
Mm-hmm. Champions going on fire, man. We doing our thing. We go ahead and give it to us.
Right.
Put us on y'all channel too. We could collaborate.
Yeah, if you got a YouTube channel, you stumble upon us, be like, hey, you know what? Those 2 guys sound like they know it. Several guys. Lonnie, Sean, Jacoby. There's a whole army of us.
Yeah.
We're all available.
Let us do our show at WWE The World for WrestleMania.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. But hey, Until then, until they make that decision, you can check us right here on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the platforms you see at the top of the screen, and click the link in the description. So leave a comment, subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you on the next one. We love you. We thank you for being here. This is Ron G and BJ Professor for today, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Have a good night.
I ain't want no, oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring.